Chris, you want to stand or
fucking late for work in the morning?
You want to sit there and wait?
Bear with him, folks. Bear with him. It's the butterflies. 2012 champion, Chris McGowan's again.
Well, I don't want to break your bubble, but
I think you need the microphone.
Put him up there. You gotta get over to the chair, buddy.
you dare not follow that level of comedic entertainment trying to beat it. So I'm going to thank some of my sponsors, and then I actually wrote it. I'm going to read out my sponsors, and then we'll go from there.
Are you recording it?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I must say another outstanding performance by our leader and chairman of the board, Mr. Rick Matthews. As always.
Oh yeah.
Completely exceeded our expectations. Awesome job.
Thank you.
We look forward to it all year, and you delivered. Good job.
Thank you very much.
But I'd like to thank my sponsors. One, Skull Cracker Bows and Throat Cutter Broadheads. Budweiser. Clem's Wash Pot Pork Rinds. Cold Mountain Vianney Sausages. Granny's Nut Butter. Skull. And Slim's Tree Stand Butt Wax. And last but not least, Q-Bean.
Born of champions.
That's right. That's him.
But actually, guys, I thought today, Rick said yesterday, he actually came to the house last night. He said, you got to like prepare a speech or whatever to do something. So. And I thought, dude, there's no way I can follow you. I'm not even going to try. That's true.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
So, what I thought is I'd take a different angle. Because it's all about hunting. And each one of us has experiences in the woods that we cannot convey to others the complexity of it. So I thought, well, I'll just take a different, I'm going to take it from a different side. And this is the side of the deer side, the buck that we all hunt. Okay? So it's a little short story I wrote. I sat down at 4:30 today and wrote this between 4:30 and 5:30.
He's good, boys. What can I say?
And I went back and edited it real quick, and then here we are.
That's right.
All right. The name of this is. I'm going to get a little better. You need some raisin. There you go.
You go, boy.
The name of this is The Buck and the Man Beast. The faraway purr of the motor horse awakens me from my half-sleep, trying to discern to where it travels. The motor horse comes off the mountain, top between the bluffs, and is slowly getting louder. After some time, the motor horse suddenly stops. This is what I... with all my ability, trying to hear the crunch of the leaves, hoping the man beast will divulge his direction of travel. If I hear him, I will not travel in that direction this day. Yet I hear no footsteps, no crunch of the leaves, no stick snapping. I do not know which way the man-beast has gone. I sit intently, hoping that he stayed close to the motor horse. For another long hour, as the eastern fireball rises over the mountaintop, as it does each and every day, I listen with no signs of the man-beast. Across the gulch from my hideaway, I hear a rival harassing some of my does. It's probably the blunt-tipped 9-point that I dueled with last night. He pushes my does further up the hill and towards where the motor horse had stopped. Well, I know I should stay put. I cannot allow the nine to continue this invasion. This is my mountain, and those are my does. I slowly rise to the hoof, muscles and bones aching from the last 2 weeks of patrolling my area and fending off intruders. I take the winding, gnarly trail down across the gulch, using the blowdowns and boulders to conceal my travel. I head up the mountain towards the invader and the does. I have a job to do. My hoofs sting with every step, having been torn and ripped by the rocks which lace the ground on my mountainside. I follow the fresh scent of the doe tracks and know that they are my does. I've been monitoring them for weeks now, waiting for what is to come. As I pursue my harem, I'm ever aware that this path is leading me closer to where the motor horse carried the man-beast. However, I have identified the scent of the intruder as a blunt-tipped 9-pointer, and I must once again put a stop to his advances. I follow the smells of their passing through the oak sapling thicket and the blow-down trees. I stay a ways off in the thicker stuff, as a guard against a possible fearful encounter with the man-beast. The steady blow of the wind does not deliver to my nostrils any sign of the man-beast. I stand still for long periods, listening, smelling. I know I am getting closer to my does. I can hear them just up the hill, along with the faint grunts and excitement coming from the 9-point. I stand, waiting for a shift in the wind. I will not move until the wind delivers verification that the man-beast is not present. Finally, the once steady northerly wind changes and sends to me confirmation that all is safe. I cannot detect the presence of the man-beast. Convinced, I lower and turn my head so I may slide up under a snarl of briars with my oversized antlers and continue up the hill towards my does. Finally, I catch up and I can see them. They are at the base of the cliff, just down from the cut-through, staying bunched up and watching every move the 9-point makes. I make my advance. I am now much closer and I don't take notice of my presence. The 9-point is oblivious. 30 more yards. I stop. Something is amiss. The mother doe, the first that I desire to breed, is no longer focused on me or the 9-point. She is staring downhill with serious intent. The others take note and also look that direction. I detect nothing in that direction as I try with all my senses. I look back at the does, then back downhill. I do my best to see through the trees, but to no avail. Then the group of does do what I dread most. They sprung upwards with tails up and bolted up the hill a little ways and stopped. They looked back down the hill. They looked to where they were so intently staring before. It is time for me to leave, and leave now. I slowly turn back the way I came and start to slink off. I hear another grunt from the idiot 9-point and stop and turn to look one more time. I felt a large thud against my body, almost instantaneously as I heard the boomstick. I've heard many boomsticks over the past 4 years, but this one was very close. I forever hope that the man-beast has used his boomstick on that 9-point. I flee straight downhill, for I know not from whence the direction the boom came from. I feel no pain at first, but something is not right. My right front leg is not working like it should. I continue for several more full-bore leaps, and then the pain starts. It starts slowly and then increases quickly to an almost unbearable degree. I realize that I've been struck. My right leg comes useless as I flee downhill. I stop to check my back trail, agonizing in pain. I notice that my leg is almost completely severed, and red water is spilling from my rib cage. My leg squirts the red water up and to the side. Pain rushes around me. It feels as though there's a fire in my chest. I become lightheaded and faint. I know I must run one more time and hide. I take off back down the hill, drunk with fear, but driven to get away. I fall against the jagged rocks and slip down the hill next to a dead tree. I am now completely incapacitated. I cannot stand. I can only crawl. Through agony and pain, I drag myself under the fallen tree in a last futile effort to preserve my being. I grow ever weaker now, barely able to keep my head and antlers off the ground. The red water is now gushing out my nose with every breath. I lay back to try to get some air. As I look up, the pain quickly goes away. I can see the moon and the stars. My mind drifts back to those innocent spring days spent with my mother and sister on those hillsides, on those south hillsides, soaking up the sun and enjoying the spring smells. I can see her now as she licks and cleans my spotted coat. I close my eyes, for it is time to sleep. I have gone to a better place.
Yeah. Good story, dude.